Hi, this is a week ahead reading. I did one yesterday, but my production assistant was in it to the point that I think it will be saved for another date. So this is the week ahead reading. It is going to be a pick a pal reading. I'm a little upset. I heard a bunch of BB gun sounds. I think they're hunting that lost little deer. So, he looked like a baby and obviously confused, probably because of the fires and the smoke. Like, it went this way and there's a forest this way. So, I hope it finds its way home. Anyways, thank you for being here. You can go ahead and take a breath. It's going to be 3 piles. So you can just pick pile 1, 2, or 3. Let's get some guidance for the week ahead for pile 1. Okay, this seems to be 1. Pachakarmak, nourishment of the soul. Pile 1. You are granted the gifts of fertility, creativity, and earthly abundance to support all needs for nourishing body, mind, and soul, and to live your life fully and be capable of manifesting your divine purpose. Give yourself permission to be nourished. This includes your body and also providing for your heart, your mind, your soul, and with what they are hungry for, meaning sweetness, divine love, and permission to be authentic. When you feed yourself that which truly nourishes you wisely and generously, you shall become one who can also feed the world for that which it truly hungers. Okay, pile 1. Seems like you're stepping into a divine purpose and a divine level up. I love the word nourishment. It feels like a very all-encompassing word that includes nurturing and self-care and healing and wellness all in one. When you nurture yourself, you give yourself permission to say, I deserve to be in my best condition, to show up in my best condition for the people who need me, starting with myself. How are you nurturing yourself this week? Pile 1. This seems very important, because it seems like you have important gifts, and that by you showing up in your authenticity, you invite others to show up in their authenticity. One more. Thank you. Okay, pile 1. We have the moon, the 9 of swords, the 7 of pentacles. I see that you have been through, I want to say treasury, but the word is betrayal. You have a treasury of betrayal and trauma. You have things where people were hiding truths from you. You had to trust in your intuition, where there were things that came to light that maybe people spoke ill about you or spoke ill on your name, or maybe you had a lot of mental conflict because of the confusion of having people in your life. This affected your finances and it affected your stability, your emotional stability. Now, we have the Tower, the High Priestess, and the Hanged Man. So, we have something that uprooted you or made a big shift in your life. Maybe this situation caused you to leave behind a workplace or relocate or leave behind a relationship or all of the above. But it pushed you and is pushing you and is now pushing you into this energy of the High Priestess, into really standing in your Pacha Karma, your authentic nourishment of the soul, your authentic self, your light, your soul purpose, and your energy. You are directly connected to source. You are probably a channeler or a reader or an empath or a healer, or are curious about if you should be. I can't believe that just happened. Truth coming at you fast. I'm sure I'm going to edit that out, but the camera fell on me. Yes, you are in some kind of healing field. Also could be with art, and you could be maybe wondering about your next step in this, or looking for a new mentor or guide, or whatever the case may be. Yes. Maybe you're a medium and you're stepping out on that path for the first time, but the Hanged Man is an energy that sometimes feels suspended or stagnant, but that is actually us. Like, okay, you see this? You see these 3 levels here? I don't know if this is a good thing. 1, 2, and 3. This is the above, heaven. This is the middle realm, earth, and this is the underworld, the below. When you're the Hanged Man, you're connected to all 3 of these very intimately. You're from the top, but maybe your feet are in the top, right? Receiving those messages, and then you're all the way down on earth, getting those messages, getting the head rush. It's like Alice in Wonderland. First she was big, then she was small, then she was upside down, but she was in a whole nother world. The messages that you're receiving are not just from you, and they're not just for you. Therefore, you have a divine gift and responsibility to share them responsibly, safely, and accurately. No big deal. You also have the 2 of Pentacles. This week, your challenge and invitation is going to be in how you balance these energies, how you find that energy of the High Priestess and the Hanged Man, and that you can bring a balance between your spiritual and your physical, right? You will start to see that the more that you nourish yourself and nurture yourself, the clearer and more accurate your work, your readings, and things come. The more precise these things are, and these messages that help you. Now, this week could also have some things popping up that seem like blockages in the road, inconveniences, and you're really being guided to trust your intuition and use discernment, because there's things that you don't know yet. There's things that, like, if your gut is pushing you for something this week, don't make it tell you twice. Trust your instinct, trust your intuition, because there are still things that need to be let go of. And when you start to see things this week that might come as an inconvenience or feel like a series of unfortunate events, you need to remind yourself that your guides are teaching you balance between the worlds, balance between your energy, and that if you feel like you're stuck or you're stagnant or you're suspended, you're actually in a very beautiful, powerful, sacred period of initiation, of forcing to go internally and find your inner power, find your inner strength, find, even if that's the strength to ask for help or the strength to open up, because you have tools here. You have powerful spiritual gifts, intuition, and things that can help you bring things into the physical and bring you into your path, but you need to trust where you're going. I feel like you're going to be going through a big opening this week of things coming to you and also some things leaving you, and you're going to need to stay juggling these 2 coins. You're going to need to stay in the flow and in the balance, in the yin yang. If you want to see a visual description of that, I think maybe, you know what, I'm going to make a paid bonus post to go along with this for $5 on my WordPress, and I'm going to give you a bunch more information on that. Okay, I'm also going to pull another oracle message to close out for you from the Oracles of Trabzon. Shout out to the Black Sea. I'll send you some Trabzon music too, but I'll send that for everyone. Okay, a message for pile 3, please. This is pile 1. Interesting. Maybe you want to watch pile 3 too. Okay. You have 33. Are you ready? Honor. Ancestors. Honor your ancestors as they are a part of you, as you are a part of them. Can you feel the connectivity in life? What have I been saying? What have I been saying? So it seems like you may also have particular guides and ancestors that are being revealed to you loudly and clearly, how to more embody your purpose and path. And the more that you nourish yourself, they're going to be making themselves more known. So keep that in mind. That was your reading, Pile 1. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that it helped you. If you would like to send a little gratuity or tip my way, I will gratefully receive it. You can send it to my Cashapp or my Venmo, both of which are listed somewhere in the description. Otherwise, take good care. Next, following Pile 1, we obviously have Pile 2. Welcome, Pile 2. I'm glad that you are here and you've chosen to check in with this reading and get some messages for the week ahead. So let's see what we've got here. Pile number 2. Okay, pile number 2. Clan of the Wolf Heart. We are the ones we have been waiting for. You belong to the clan of the Wolf Heart. This is a soul tribe with boundaries beyond bloodlines and geography. It is based on soul connection to love's wisdom and higher truths of Great Spirit. The clan is united through wolf medicine and the heart. These are the qualities of the divine feminine that unify, allowing for a palpable experience of oneness that brings power to our collective wisdom and purpose. Ooh. Okay, beautiful. That whole thing, we are the ones we have been waiting for, is connected to the Hopi prophecy, which I will link in the extra post. It's going to be $5 on my WordPress. Now, you can look it up. I just mean I'm going to share a lot more information about your reading. There. Now, maybe I follow too many Westerosies United on Twitter, but it's making me think a lot about when I first saw Game of Thrones. And I feel like it was someone in House Stark that was always saying this thing like, the lone wolf dies and the pack survives, or something. This is about understanding that as much as we can maybe love or respect our independence, as much as we can be self-reliant, we must in fact have those ties and bonds to community, to nature, to each other in order to survive and thrive. Oh, this is interesting. And without those bonds, we suffer. Without those connections, we suffer and we struggle. And if you chose pile 2, then you're one of the people that is here to show and remind people of how to work together, of how to strengthen those connections. You are somebody who, maybe for work, or maybe you're just moving into this path, but just by your existence, your light, you bring people together. You remind people that there is a different way of doing things. And it's time to remind people, right, that like, we are the ones that we have to save ourselves. We are the ones that we have to make the changes. And you do that because you are a living example. So let's get into your week ahead tarot messages, shall we? Okay, we have the Queen of Wands, the 8 of Swords, and the 9 of Swords. Okay, so here you are, very empowered, very much about that action, very embodied in your purpose, very much doing what you do just as a part of your life purpose, that your energy automatically, helps to activate people. But then we have the Eight of Wands and the Nine of Wands. The Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords. So there's this energy where, like, because so people have hurt you and probably talked down on you and probably left you in depressions and stressed out. You could have had some very tumultuous personal relationships in finance, romance, and friendship, and work, career. But these things have caused you for some period of time to be in some kind of, it's like a humbleness that's not good. It's like a forced indecision about your own gifts and strength. It's like a bit of insecurity. And part of the reason that you have so many of these sort of strange betrayals, it's not because like you're this terrible person, so don't worry. It's because with this Queen of Wands energy, you are somebody that naturally has a very abundant and wealthy energy, and so people are drawn to you. You have a very grounded energy, a very like connected to the core energy, right? And of this earth, of yourself, of your ancestry, you have this energy. But people come to you, oftentimes people who are in need of a major life change or a healing, and just by being in your energy or presence, it can help trigger that in their life, because they can see different ways of being, different ways of moving. And a couple things. Number one, they compare themselves to you, which is a faulty game. And number two, they start to resent you for it. They resent you for the things that come naturally to you, and it's a whole thing. And that's only for people who are triggered and unable to face their insecurities. Now, some of that might be coming back up this week, right? But I'm feeling like this is past and memories of past things. Perhaps a person from your past may contact you, or you may, in an unexpected way, come across things that remind you of this person or people. Interesting. Now you have the Wheel of Fortune, the Three of Cups, and the Three of Swords. Okay. So I feel like you're gonna have a sliding doors moment this week, or like a dream or something. You have this you're at this precipice where the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor, but the Wheel of Fortune is funny, right? It can turn in your favor or it can turn against you. Gotcha. Now that you know about your energy, you understand the weight that your decisions make. You understand the power and impact of your conversations. So if you are taking things from the past that you have not learned, then you could find yourself repeating a cycle. If you are willingly not speaking your truth, or talking down to someone, or withholding information when you're talking to someone, or talking to persons or people in a way that no longer befits a person of your energetic stature, then with the Three of Cups and the Three of Swords, it could be someone in a relationship is unfaithful. Someone could be finding out that someone was cheated on. Someone could be stepping outside the relationship, and that's not great. And this could be, if you feel like, I'm not a romantic person, whatever, then understand that this could be in terms of like a work, school, anything. There could be just an instance of somebody going behind your back to speak to someone else, or some kind of unfaithfulness or something like that. Someone just making a move that's not really great, because Three of Cups is a beautiful card of celebration, partying, three people together, right? But the placement of the Three of Cups can also indicate like unfaithfulness or different things. But the thing is, it could also go the other way. With this Wheel of Fortune, the Three of Cups, and then the Three of Swords, it could say that, you're going to be celebrating with someone, and you could both maybe come together over a heartbreak. There could be a, story that you share with another person about a past breakup or bad experience that somehow connects you or brings you together or brings you to a common understanding. Finally, you have the King of Swords. Interesting. So the Queen of Wands and the King of Swords here. What an interesting match. So the King of Swords is somebody that's very creative, very clear-minded, very beautifully boundaried, very active intellect. Now, that means that I see you ending this week having really mastered the lessons of your past, and really standing strong in who you are and coming out of this well-armed and well-prepared for your future. So this week has the potential to really put you in a position of strength and power and independence. I do feel like a lot of this is connected to shadow work. So if there are past heartbreaks, past things that are lingering, work through them, don't avoid them, because they are going to come up this week. And that's part of everyone has stuff, you know, everyone has stuff that they're working through or that they've worked through, and you being able to be honest about your stuff is going to give other people permission to shine in a different way, and perhaps even ask for help, receive help, or share their own stories in ways that can help other people. Okay, now your closing it up oracle is going to be from the Oracle of Trabzon. I feel like there's like a saying, there's like two sayings, like don't count your chickens before they roost, and your chickens are coming home to roost. For some of you, that's some of your energy. Can we please have an Oracle of Trabzon for pile 2? Let's take this one. Ah, beautiful. You have this very mystical energy about you, pile 2. It's very lovely. 26. Fire Fairy, Zest. This fire burns away what did not serve and redirects the light. Do you have a zest for life? It's giving salsa energy. Put yourself out there. Some of you, I feel like there's some kind of alchemical firework that you're doing that's helping you. I'm seeing like energy work, but I'm also seeing like something about volcanoes, something about meditating on volcanoes, and something about like maybe you write a letter to your past self and burn it, and you just reawaken to your sense of self in a whole different way. Like I said, you're ending this note on a week on a note of power. So sending you a lot of love. If you want to send any tips or donations, I'm always gratefully welcoming and receiving of them. My Cashapp and Venmo are going to be posted in the description. Otherwise, take care of yourself. Thank you. Goodbye. And finally, last and yet not least, pile number 3. And also welcome if you're watching this as someone who watched pile 1 and you wanted to watch pile 1 and 3, since I said something about pile 3, then welcome as well. Exciting stuff. So we are going to start with an oracle card. Let's get an oracle card for pile 3, please. Oh, that's the one. Okay, pile number 3. Lena. Yes. What must be shall be. Every time I get this card, it's good. What must be shall be. You have beautiful dreams and inspired bold ambitions. You are guided to believe that they are a natural expression of your soul, something that is meant to be. Life will support you in the expression of those dreams and ambitions, even in the moments where it seems to be struggle rather than support that you are experiencing. The process for transformation into full maturity involves learning how to grow through light and through darkness back to light again. You will always find your way back to the light. Have faith in yourself and what must be. Dedicate yourself to what you love without hesitation. Okay, King of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. There's a strong relationship here, a strong relationship potential. Could be romantic, but not always romantic. And there's something stuck in the middle. Let me show you what it looks like. King of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. Now, this feels like some kind of conflict or interruption between a perfect match, a beautiful connection, that could have to do with jealousy, gossip, some kind of mental discomfort, maybe anxiety. But from the woo, it feels like maybe somebody doesn't want, you know, to connect and be together. Yeah. Somebody might be sending you some bad energy. Okay. Don't worry about that, because you have Temperance, Death, and the Page of Wands here. Now, this is really interesting because this is showing that you definitely have support at your time, but this feels like a mixed message, because Temperance is your angels, your guardian angel is here supporting and blessing you, but Temperance can also be a card that says, like, slow down and don't rush, you know, wait, have patience, trust in your guides. But then Lena was saying, you know, have no hesitation. And then we have Death, which almost feels a little sarcastic, like, what do I have to wait till I'm dead, right, to get what I want or to get something? But then this Death also feels like, because with the Temperance and Death next to each other, it also feels like you just have such strong and beautiful and vibrant energies protecting you, and energies that are pushing you to let go of old identities that don't serve you and to start new identities. Not new identities, new projects, new experiences, new relationships, right? Take those new leaps of faith. Because the Page of Wands is somebody who, it's new, it's beginning, it's starting something. The page is not the expert, but they are very enthusiastic and wholehearted in all of their tasks. And some of their tasks might be like bringing the dinner plates every night or taking them away. But in so doing, they find themselves in rooms and around conversations that completely change their life. Bringing it back to the Westeroses, because they're all about Game of Thrones this week, apparently. It's like when Arya Stark was in like season 1 or 2, and she had her hair short, and then she literally found herself as the cupbearer for Tywin Lannister. So her family's enemies, you know, she's basically a spy. She's getting all this information for them just because she's bringing them water. She's seeing communications about where her family might be. She's learning information. So the Page of Wands is all about taking a new action, no matter how small it seems or insignificant, but that consistency and that humility and that dedication to continuing those steps, no matter how small they seem, really bringing you into alignment with what you need here. Yeah, that's lovely. And then right after the Page of Cups, we have the Page of Wands. We have the Knight of Wands. So this week, as long as you are consistent with something, but this feels like something related to your physical health, and that's going to affect your relationships. Maybe you have a mental blockage in your partnerships that's connected to something from your past or somebody sending you evil eye, and you being able to consistently physically move your body or physically go to the person you're trying to connect with, or consistently swim, do yoga, walk, do breath work, journal, but something physical, I feel like, and connected to your spirituality. As long as you can do that movement this week, it's going to immediately boom. You're going to see the payoff, right? The Page of Wands to the Knight of Wands is very beautiful. Also, the Knight of Wands doesn't play around, right? The Knight of Wands knows how to move forward as a knight with all the gifts of a knight, but also with a strong spiritual sense of protection and of purpose. But I would say make sure that you're doing your cleansings this week. Out of all the groups, group 3, I would say you are the one that it seems like a cleansing is very much indicated, because this in the middle of the king and queen, it doesn't sit right with me. So remove that sword out of the thorns of your finances, and let's go. Let's get this. Don't let anything hold you back. You literally have a lot of big energy around you right now. We're going to get an oracle from the Fountain of Trebizond to close out your reading. 3, 41. It's a lot of gold, my friend. Booty. Intellect. Wasn't I saying? Okay, anyway. Watching the mind and understanding. Can you feel reasonable? Okay, this is so... Group 3, I feel like you're being baited. I feel like you're being baited, not only by people in your immediate environment, but like by your guides, right? Like they're gonna say like, what must be shall be, right? What's gonna happen is gonna happen, but also like go and don't wait for your destiny. And then you have, you know, closing with the Knight of Wands, which is all about that movement. But then you have literally Temperance and Death. So it's like, oh, be patient, your guides are here, but it's also like, are you gonna wait forever? And it's also like, you have guides, you know? This week, right? If things don't feel like they're working in your favor, go with the flow, right? Go with the flow. But at the same time, maybe you wanna make time to meditate, make time to make some plans for your future. What are you trying to create? What do you wanna transform? What do you wanna build? What do you want to see? And I'll give you some prompts and some support. Ooh, yep, here come the guides. My ear is ringing. In my WordPress post, which will be $5 if you'd like to purchase that for some more in-depth stuff about this reading. But you definitely need to learn how to like follow up your action with your vision. That's kind of the overall energy of your reading, right? So even if you have haters, even if you have evil eye, even if you have the negativity, keep going and go without hesitation, because it's going to lead you here. So that was your reading, Group 3. I hope it was everything you needed and more. If you'd like, you can send any tips, gratuities, or donations to my Cashapp or Venmo if this reading supported, helped, or uplifted you in any way. Thank you so much. Those things will be in the description. And make sure that you like and subscribe so that you can get these weekly videos straight away. Be well, sending you lots of love.